There's an awful lot of detail, though, so what actually happens at the end is that we have fireworks, and unfortunately these poor audience in the front seats here that have been handed down from generation to generation, seats that cost $350 each, all have to move, otherwise they won't see the fireworks. Or you can stay right where you are, you can do whatever you like, of course, but that's why they're getting up and going to a different part of the Hollywood Bowl, in case you think they're leaving. Or you might think they're people who don't want to hear the 1812 Overture. You know, there are people like that. There are people like that who don't like to hear the 1812 Overture. Yeah. Actually, quite a lot of them. Not on stage, of course. Now, it's an incredible piece, and at the end of the work, when you hear God Save the Tsar coming in and the trombones are blazing, absolutely blazing, you know, it's really quite something. It's difficult to ignore the trombones, really. But I find it's worth the effort. Now, the piece opens with the cellos and violas playing God Save the Tsar in what I think one might describe as a rather pessimistic fashion. The odds against defeating Napoleon's invading army are not very good, frankly, and so this is more in line with being a prayer. In case you're wondering what the result was, you'll hear at the end of the piece. It's not a great piece if you're a supporter of Napoleon. And, there's still a few of those around, but you know, just get over it, frankly. Now, at the end of the piece, there are 16 cannon shots. 16 cannon shots. I wanted to demonstrate one to you, but we only have 16 cannon shots. So we're going to show you how it's done. Can we get this up on the big screen, please? Have we got this on the big screen? And you can see there's an artiste de percussion at the back of the orchestra with a button. And when he presses this button, there's a cannon shot. Okay? It's very high tech here. Yeah. You should give him a round of applause. 8 years at Juilliard for this, eh? 6 years at Juilliard and 3 years at Harvard doing quantum mechanics. Anyway, just think of all the student loans that are going into that moment. You know, it's something, you know, it's incredible. I have to tell you, just in a moment, of course, we're going to have the USC Trojan Marching Band on stage here. What's with the booing? Is that UCLA that does the booing? Or is it USC that's playing the marching band, eh? Good old USC. Anyway, the Trojans slip on towards the end of the piece. You know, when Mrs. Thatcher was alive, oh, she's still alive, we had a bit of a union problem in England. We couldn't just have a percussionist like that pressing a button. There always had to be a member of the electricians' union pressing the button. No, seriously, when this was done at the Royal Albert Hall in London, an electrician would press the button and a percussionist would pat him on the back. So the percussionist... We have different problems these days. The percussionist would be in white tie and tails, and the electrician would have a flat cap on. And so the percussionist would follow the music, allegedly, and pat the electrician on the back. Pat, pat. There are 16 cannon shots, and this would go by. But they had 16 backup, don't you know? They had 16 backup. And one evening at the Royal Albert Hall, the percussionist got to the 16th note, patted the electrician on the back. Audience is going wild. And he said, "Well done, Bill," patted him on the back. So there are certain advantages ruling out one particular person. I think we're ready now. Are we ready? Okay. All right. This is a magnificent piece, and we do hope you enjoy it. It is Tchaikovsky actually wrote this piece in a week. Can you believe that? That's less time than it takes BP to appoint a new CEO. It was written very, very quickly, but it's been his most often performed work. I do hope you enjoy the 1812 Overture.